Hey, what's up, guys? We are back again, ready for the evolution, as it says at the top of the screen, showing you the best deck for the Firecracker Evolution Challenge. So, Firecracker Evolution is a really strong card. If you guys don't know what it does, we'll be breaking it down, but here's the deck that I'm going to be using for the challenge, and I'll explain why after we break down the Firecracker Evolution. First off, again, do not buy the $100 pack offer in the shop unless you absolutely want to as like a content creator. It's not going to be necessary for you. You can get all these evolutions for free eventually. For instance, the first evolution that you guys are going to be able to pick and get, you're going to be able to just play these challenges. And there's unlimited losses. You just have to play through. And if you play through the challenges, you will be able to get enough shards to collect an evolution. My number one pick would be Firecracker or Royale Giant. I'll have an entire list on that and break down why I would pick those evolutions later on in a different video. But just know right now, if you were to pick an evolution, pick Firecracker or pick Royale Giant. They are unbelievably unfair right now. So much fun for the game, actually, in my opinion. I like the new spice, and I think they're going to balance it so then it'll be more fair. But yeah, we'll jump right into the action. So first things first, you want to go and build a deck in Rage and Fire, and then you can click copy, and then you can go down to here, and you can paste it in. So that's cool because you don't have to build two different decks. You can just build it once. Anyway, this is the regular Firecracker deck that you want to play if you're playing just ranked ladder and you want to dominate. Mighty Miner is phenomenal. It goes to the other side. It blasts to bits all the air cards if your Firecracker's out of cycle and you need the Firecracker to kill air cards like minions. Well, the Mighty Miner is going to just be able to do that for you. Goblins, phenomenal card on defense, just a great distraction if you don't have Mighty Miner in cycle. And generally, the entire purpose of this deck is you go for a Hog Rider, and your opponent's going to drop a building. You remove the building with the Earthquake, then you go for a Firecracker, because they only can use units since the building's out of cycle, since the Earthquake destroyed it, and the Hog Rider is still going towards their tower. They're going to be dropping units. The Firecracker locks onto those units and then hits the tower. The Firecracker, when it's evolved, it does even more damage, and it has a splash radius. So let's talk about what the Firecracker does right now. The Firecracker, it has explosive sparks that do damage over time, and it basically puts like a paw print on the map. The first thing is like the hand, and that's just like a bigger radius of the poison, and then each little finger is even more damage, and it's like, as I said, a paw print. It has damage on each little finger that it displays, but the big paw radius is a lot more poison, a lot more damage. So essentially, explosive sparks that do damage over time. It has a 43% health increase, so it survives arrows and it survives regular Firecracker shots as well. Then it also has a 33% recoil, and what that means is it blasts itself back. You know how Firecracker knocks itself back after each shot? Well, this Firecracker, the evolved one, it knocks itself back 33% further. And that's a benefit because your opponent has to kill the Firecracker by locking onto the Firecracker with units. And if they can't touch the Firecracker, then your Firecracker is going to stay alive forever. So the evolved Firecracker is beyond unfair. It only takes 2 card cycles. So what that means is you cycle 2 Firecrackers, and the third one that you drop, that's going to be evolved. So ideally, you want to run decks that allow you to cycle back to as many Firecrackers as possible, and having a 3-card cycle with a champion, and then having Ice Spirit Log Goblins, that's really broken. So my version of the deck for the Evolved Firecracker Challenge is going to be a little bit different, because we're not playing in a game mode where everyone has access to everything. Mighty Miner is not going to be as good. Mighty Miner gets fully countered by Monk because the Monk knocks it back, so the Mighty Miner gets reset. So it's really unfortunate for opponents. Earthquake isn't going to be that good in this challenge if opponents are the same level as you or know how to play the game. If you guys didn't know, Hog Rider plus Earthquake gets fully countered by a Bomb Tower. Bomb Tower costs 4 elixir. Hog Rider Earthquake is 7. They're doing a -3 trade every time. Terrible interaction if you're just consistently doing that, assuming the Bomb Tower is in a good placement and the better place. That's why we have Poison. Poison's able to eliminate the Evolved Firecracker for 4 elixir, compared to going for an Earthquake plus Log, which is 5. And the Poison does more damage. So you're getting a more effective and cost-effective trade with Poison. And it can't get reflected by Monk. I was thinking about writing Fireball so you could maybe break through buildings if your opponent does a suboptimal placement. But I was like, let's just run a faster card cycle with Ice Spirit, Skeletons, and then Fire Spirit so you can get back to as many Firecrackers as possible. And then also just get back to Hog Riders to outcycle your opponent's buildings. Maybe going from Monk in front to blast back their building shots like Bomb Towers or Cannons directly back into their building, so the building gets finished off so your Hog Rider can break through and do damage. Essentially what I'm saying is fast card cycle equals good. Fast card cycle is better, so I can get more Hog Riders and more Firecrackers that are evolved. Because the Log and the Earthquake don't do near as much as the Poison, I can remove one of those slots and just put in Poison. And then Monk over Mighty Miner, because again, Monk destroys Mighty Miner, it reflects Firecrackers, and also on top of that, it reflects buildings. So Monk is going to be really, really good here. Anyway, let's jump into the action and show you guys why I think this is going to be a vibe. Yeah, should be a fun time. Super stoked to have everyone here. Love you guys. And let's go into the challenge. So I'm just going to go for a Hog Rider immediately. We want to always have our Bomb Tower and Psycho and be hovering that because everyone's going to be running the Hog Rider Earthquake deck. See, this guy's running the Hog Rider Earthquake deck. And we'll show you guys why our deck is superior in this challenge. Maybe not in the regular game mode, but in this challenge it is for sure. So he's not even going to go for a Hog Rider, interestingly enough. I guess I'm just going to go in for an Ice Spirit, and then I'm going to go in for the Monk to go and pull everything back. We could go in for the Mighty counter and then just go for the Monk ability, but I still don't feel like that's worth it right now. I want to get the Monk and the ability to go and drop it like near the tower. Then I can get even more damage. Finishing off the Firecracker was a no-brainer, but being able to get some tower damage with it as well was even better. So that's why I clicked the ability when I was closer to my opponent's tower instead of dropping it like right here in the middle. Also, I woke up super early for this challenge, guys. I woke up around like, I don't know, 8 o'clock, and that's early for me. You guys can laugh at me and be like, Jake, you're a fool. But, you know, I want to make sure I can get the challenge out for you as soon as possible instead of waiting until my regular upload time. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Love you guys so much. Do you like this whole evolution thing? I love evolutions. I think they're really fun. They're way more interesting and unique than a regular card that they've added to the game. Are they unfair and are they unbalanced? Yes. But I think they're going to balance them eventually, you know, and I think that will be good for the game when they do. All right, so let's see if we can defend this Mega Knight. So I'm thinking I go Monk in the middle, and then I go in for a Firecracker, and I click the Monk ability, and I just make sure that his Firecracker gets destroyed, and then I can... Okay, his Firecracker didn't even get hit. Are we serious right now? Is that really what's going to happen? Oh, man. No way. I'm not losing this game today. That's crazy. His Firecracker didn't get hit. Dude, first game? Okay, we have a little bit more of a challenge right now. Not gonna lie, that is not the way I wanted it to fly. Also, I think I should be okay, assuming we don't get utterly finessed by crazy shenanigans right now. So, I can't believe that a Firecracker didn't get hit by its ability. Again, it doesn't get hit. Huh. Maybe Monk isn't as good as I thought it was. Maybe Monk isn't as good as I thought it was. So, one thing that, I don't know if you guys remember, but like the last challenge, we had a plan and we had an idea, and when we realized that it was suboptimal and that it could have been improved on. I actually don't think that Monk is as good as I thought it would be. Because if we had Mighty Miner, we would have been able to defend the Mega Knight and we wouldn't have taken any damage and we would have been fine. I guess Monk for 5 elixir just isn't worth it. I'm going to make that change and we will not be disappointed. Monk not only died against the Mega Knight, but it also didn't even kill the Firecracker. So I literally lost the game because I thought Monk was going to be really good for this challenge. That's so disappointing. That's so disappointing. I totally thought Monk was going to be the vibe, but I guess not. You know, you live, you learn. You always learn new things. That is F. Guys, put some Fs in the chat for Mr. Monkman. He died, and he also gave me nothing. Kind of crazy to think about. So, yeah, if people are running Mega Knight, it's pretty important to be able to finish that off. And Mighty Miner does finish that off every time. So, kind of crazy to me. I did not expect that to work out the way it did. So, let's go by Elixir, because that's the easiest way to sort. And, yeah, we're going to go and remove the Monk. And we'll put in the Mighty Miner. And we would have won if that was the case. L Monk F. I know. I'm glad that you guys feel me. Get some Fs in the chat for Mr. Monk. L Monk. L Monk. F Monk. Dude, I can't believe the Monk ended up having that happen. Seriously. For 5 elixir, it should be able to defend against a Mega Knight, right? Especially on my side of the map there. But hey, it is what it is. You live and you learn. So now we're going to be able to just enjoy the casual Mighty Miner in the middle. If you guys aren't vibing with the Mighty Miner, you should be vibing with the Mighty Miner. Also, after the Golden Knight nerf, it's not good without Tornado. So I would highly encourage everyone to switch it and not run that. So, I don't know. I'm actually happy that a weakness was exposed in our deck and that we were able to improve it. Because that's the entire point of this entire challenge, is to find the best deck, show you guys what's up, and show you guys how to win the challenge a little bit faster and easier. Poison is phenomenal because it's able to kill things a little bit quicker. I'm going to go in for a Bomb Tower here. Doesn't really matter that much. I should be okay with skeletons and bomb tower, especially since the bomb tower does explode on the hog rider, so it's not going to be able to, you know, get more than one hit. We're currently up 1,400 damage, which is really ridiculous. I bet you goes and clicks the ability right into a fire spirit and wastes it. Nice. And now we can go for an ice spirit and then just have better mechanics than him, and then go in for a firecracker and make sure that he doesn't get any damage. So having good mechanics and just using cheap elixir cards is always overpowered, but it's especially overpowered in this challenge. And the reason why it's so ridiculously OP, I don't think I need to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. The evolutions. You cycle more things, you get more value. That's the entire premise of evolutions right now. And maybe it's a flaw in the concept where fast cycle decks will probably be a little bit stronger than regular decks, but in reality, I think it's fun. You know, it's fun to be able to cycle fast. There's more action involved. The game modes are a little bit more crazy. So I'm excited for that. We'll see how it works out. I'm going to go in for an ice spirit, fire spirit, and skeletons, and we should be able to fully counter the golden knight with no damage taken. Maybe he'll get one hit if he's lucky, but oh, he did get one hit. That's kind of unfortunate. I thought he would get nothing now there. All right, so Mighty Miner is able to fully counter the hog rider with only one hit on our tower. Let's go for the firecracker and show you guys the paw print. Notice it. The paw print. Is that... Tell me that's not a paw print. Someone in the chat tell me that's not a paw print. And you'd be lying to yourselves. That firecracker is an absolute animal. A legitimate beast. And she can't be tamed. It's way too much damage. So again, we're just going to go for the poison. Always go for ice spirit before skeletons. And the reason is the cannon cart doesn't kill the ice spirit. If the cannon cart can't kill the ice spirit, then what happens is the cannon cart wastes the shot on the ice spirit. And if it wasn't wasting the shot on the ice spirit, it would actually be killing the skeleton. And if it kills the skeleton, it removes some of your damage. Because if you lose one skeleton and you only have 2 skeletons compared to 3, you're going to get less damage. So I'd rather have the shot wasted on that one ice spirit hit and then him get less damage. Okay, we missed the bomb tower, but it doesn't really matter that much. He's going to go click the golden knight dash. I bet you he goes into a firecracker. Does not hit through. GG. Yeah, as you guys can see, golden knight is a really bad card when it doesn't have tornado. It's super unfortunate. It's not a paw print? Really? Wow, you guys are still saying L monk. You guys really hate the monk after it finessed me. Wait, all you have to do is play one game? Is that it? Y'all only have to play one game for the wild shard. That's crazy. But yeah, as you can see, as a free-to-play player, you guys can start to collect more shards and get it happening. So just play 2 more challenges and you'll be able to unlock an evolution for free. Looks like a bear paw? Yeah, dude, it's a bear paw. 100%. Monk needs a buff? I don't think Monk needs a buff. I just think that in situations where you're defending against Mega Knight, Monk doesn't do it all himself sometimes. Unlike a Mighty Miner, which costs 4 elixir. It's weird to have that dichotomy, right? A 4 elixir cost card is able to easily defend a Mega Knight. Whereas, you know, a 5 elixir cost one just doesn't sometimes. All right, we're going to go for skeletons here. We should be able to go and pull the Mega Knight and then go and activate King Tower quite comfortably. And then, yeah, this is awesome. Activating King Tower against Mega Knight with cheap 1 elixir cost cards, as you guys just saw with those placements, is obviously optimal. If you're a better player than your opponent, you will always win with 1 elixir cost cards because the Mega Knight costs 7 elixir. Just to put that in perspective, it's a -5 trade for him because I'm dropping 2 1 elixir cost cards and the Mega Knight costs 7, so that's why it's -5. But I also get a King Tower activation. This King Tower is going to help me out on defense for the rest of the match. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that a little bit unfair? People that think Mega Knight is the best card in Clash Royale, it gets countered so easily if you're running the Mighty Miner, and it also gets countered even easier if you're just good with 1 elixir cost cards. It's funny that I thought Monk would be the best card in this challenge, and other people are assuming that as well, right? Because it reflects back firecrackers. It feels like it's going to be really overpowered in the challenge, but everyone's running Mega Knight, and you rather have a better answer to Mega Knight, which is objectively the Mighty Miner. So we've learned something. We've learned something. I mess up these placements sometimes, says Jordan. Hey, man, if you mess up those placements, don't worry. Everyone messes up placements in Clash Royale. If you think the best players in Clash Royale don't make mistakes, you're 100% wrong. Everyone in this game does not play perfectly, you know? It's hard to. Oh, wow. Speaking of not playing perfectly, I thought the Ice Spirit would jump onto the Mega Knight. And where did it jump? It jumped on the Barbarian, and the Mega Knight jumped on my tower and had a change of heart. Anyway, let's appreciate the Bear Paw. Come on. What are we going to call it? I feel like Bear Paw is just not good enough. We have to come up with a different meme name. I like saying Paw Print. I really do. Anyway, I think Paw Print because the alliteration I really vibe with. Wow, this guy is feisty. So whenever you're playing against Mega Knight, it's ideal to drop a Spirit first because the Mega Knight... Oh my gosh, the Firecracker killed the Spirit. How dare you? How dare you? But look, the Mighty Miner, it does what the Monk can't. The Monk wasn't able to defend that on defense, and the Mighty Miner obviously was able to quite comfortably. So, a bit of a vibe to feel like, you know, you're getting more value out of your cards, you know? Maybe, just kind of a little bit. All right, we're going to go in for a Hog Rider again. I bet you he just loses because we can poison on the Firecracker. Wait, if the Firecracker knocks itself out of the poison, maybe Fireball would be better. Or you could just assume the trajectory of the Firecracker and be okay. If you guys didn't know, as I said very early on, the Firecracker doesn't even die to another Firecracker shot. So his Evolve Firecracker does not die to another Firecracker, which is kind of crazy. That Firecracker survived a Firecracker shot, a regular one, and an Ice Spirit jumping on it, and it was still alive. That's overpowered. Evolve Firecrackers, in my opinion, if I were to balance it, I would have it have the same HP as a regular Firecracker, and then I would end up just like having the damage the same. Damage the same, the health does not need to be as overpowered as it is. Y'all really hate the Monk. I am just seeing L Monk F in the chat. Oh man. Did I start a revolution? Do you guys hate monks now? Oh no. No. I know that's going to be on every video that I create with Monk from now on. Everyone's just going to say F Monk, L Monk, failure, terrible Monk. Royale API uses the best 2 decks with Monk. Alright guys. Royale API is awesome. It's really, really good tool, but it's not everything. Data, as you guys know, is not always the most reliable thing in the world. Sure, it can be a good indicator, but data is not the end-all be-all. So Royale API, it takes into account a lot of casual players, like really casual players. So it's great to look at different decks and find cool decks for the challenge, but especially at the start, someone like me that is a top 1,000, a top 2,000 player will be able to give you better analysis of the meta than just data where you're looking at casual players playing their decks. That just is how it is. So, for instance, a lot of times you'll look at Royale API, and at the higher levels of play, the matchup correlation is generally pretty good overall, but sometimes they'll get a matchup incorrect because a lot of players, for instance, will not know that Bomb Tower is able to fully counter an entire Hog Rider Earthquake. Casual players don't know that. So if you watch a casual player play this challenge, you can go to any of their streams most likely, or any like just casual player that you guys know, or even yourself maybe. They'll be dropping like monks plus bomb towers to go and counter a Hog Rider Earthquake or counter a Hog Rider. Where in reality, you just drop your bomb tower and it fully counters a Hog Rider. Like knowing those type of interactions allows you to play the challenge a little bit more optimally and have a higher win rate. So that's like the better thing about it. And if you go and look at, I don't know, if you look at someone that doesn't know how to play a matchup specifically, they might not play the game effectively, so then their decks are going to be built in a different manner that would be suboptimal as well. So for instance, if you play 2.6 Hog Rider at the highest level, you can beat Lava Hound Balloon pretty comfortably. All you do is cycle Musketeers and Cannons in the correct placement and you win. Casual players are going to be like, you only have Musketeers air defense, you can't defend. So there's going to be a huge difference between win rates at top 200 against Lava Hound Balloon and then regular like ladder. I would say Lava Hound is more of a harder example because Lava Hound is harder to play against, so even like normal players would lose that matchup. But top 200 players do not lose that very often, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, that is beside the point. We're going to be continuing the climb, and as you guys can see, this deck destroys people. It's really fun. You're not even using the poison to break through buildings, really. You're just spamming Firecrackers and Hog Riders, and eventually out-cycling opponents because they have these really slow and clunky card cycles. Bro, Monk is second best champion? Yeah, Monk is definitely second best or third best champion in the game right now, behind Archer Queen, Skeleton King, and also Mighty Miner. So yeah, I would say that Monk is definitely up there as one of the better champions in the game. There's no doubt about it. I'm not saying that Monk is a bad card. I'm just saying that in this challenge where everyone's running Mega Knight and Bowler and those type of cards, Mighty Miner is way better. Like if you're playing against Mega Knight, like 3 out of 4 games or 2 out of 4 games, it's probably better to have a champion that can hard counter it. What happens if you miss one of the shard events like the Evo Barb Challenge? Are you not able to get the Evo for free? I assume if you miss one, then you're probably not going to be able to get the evolution for free. You're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer to get it for free. You will definitely be able to get evolutions for free as the game goes on, and that's what I would suggest you guys doing. Do not spend money on the game. Just try to get the evolutions for free. Don't worry about it. And that's definitely the best bet. There's no doubt. There's literally no doubt in my mind. So I'd love to activate King Tower here, but yep, it happens. So that's another negative of running Monk. Oh, man, I shouldn't say that. You guys are going to keep spamming L Monk. All right, we're really bullying the Monk at this point. We're like, that's another negative of the Monk. Oh, man. All right, we have to go for a Firecracker here. Definitely not a good start for us because he ended up getting so much damage, but what can you do? Sometimes it happens. Oh, my gosh. That was I'm not going to lie. I'm getting immense enjoyment out of these games despite that. L Monk, well, also an L play for me as well, right? We took way too much damage. It's fine. I think the bowler counter pushing when I didn't end up using the bomb tower in cycle, like that really screwed me over a bit. So it is what it is. Wait, the Monk is going to be a W right now. I don't know about you guys, but the Monk is actually straight up scary. It is straight up scary. I'm telling you guys. Not ideal. What am I supposed to do here, guys? I think I just lose my tower. I'm not going to overcommit. I'm just going to let it go, and then I'm going to go in for maybe an Ice Spirit or something else afterwards. So, yeah, we're going to go in for an Ice Spirit, maybe a Fire Spirit. We'll figure it out. So, we'll go Ice Spirit, Fire Spirit, and then we can maybe go in for, like, a Hog Rider or something. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a Hog Rider on the left-hand side and see what we can do. Also, we'll take a look at who's emoting there so then we don't have to see that on the screen the entire time, and we'll remove them. What do we do? Also, yeah, if you guys didn't know, you can check who spectates you to figure it out. So that's always like a cool thing. That's one of the things for my friend list. I want to have people on my friend list, but I don't want to have emotes pop up the entire time because sometimes it blocks. Like, I've dropped a Firecracker here, and then it was blocked by emotes, and it kind of ruined my recording for videos. So if you didn't know, that's one of my few rules that I have on my friend list is to not spam emotes as spectators, because it does ruin recording sometimes. Anyway, jumping back into the game, we're going to go for skeletons here, and we're kind of clawing our way back into the business, which is cool, right? A lot of people didn't expect us to be able to make a comeback. All right, so we're going to go in for a poison. We should be able to finesse most of his stuff here. And looking good, looking good. We can go in for a Firecracker. We've got 3 of them on the map. Yo, we've got the Evolve Firecracker squad. He's running poison as well. Oh, he's actually smart. This guy is legitimately smart. He knows that poison is the best way of countering it. Kind of crazy. Unfortunate that he's an intelligent sir. All right, we're going to have to go bomb tower here. The Monk is going to be a problem, actually. The Monk, it might actually be a problem. All right, we want him to... Okay, this is not that bad, actually. Could have been way worse. All right, we're going to let the Fire Spirit do its thing. And it's going to just soak up the Sparky Shot. Then we can go for an Ice Spirit Skeletons and then just kill that. And then maybe go in for a poison. The comeback is real, guys. The comeback is real right now. I totally believe that we got this on lock. The Firecracker will hit the tower for 1 hit. Why is the Firecracker taking so long to shoot? You guys saw that, right? It took a century, man. Okay, there we go. That's vibes. All right, we're going to go in for this. Poison again on the Dark Goblin. Probably a vibe. Firecracker is going to be OP. We're going to go in for a Bomb Tower here on the Hog Rider. He's going to go in for probably just the Sparky, and that's it. So the poison damage is starting to rack up, but it's not the end of the world. Sparky doesn't hit my tower, so we're okay. We're going to go for a Fire Spirit here as well. Ice Spirit needs to jump, but it's not happening. The Fire Spirit does, though. And the Hog Rider hammers through. Okay, so it looks like we're making a comeback, guys. Do you believe in me? Hopefully y'all do. All right, we're going to do this. The Firecracker is going to be okay. We should be fine. I don't think it gets a hit. It does, though. Feels bad. All right, we're going to go for this. We're going to go in for a Mighty Miner. And then we're going to poison. We're going to win. Let's go! Let's go, let's go. You guys probably didn't believe in me, but we made it happen. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is a dominant W. Spell evolution real. I know. It's basically poisons. That's what we were talking about before. Also, if you guys want to, help me out, the best way of doing that is liking the video. If you guys enjoy me showing the decks that I use for the challenge, always, subscribe because I put out a challenge or I put out a video on every single challenge every single time it comes out the very first day. A huge shout out to everyone that is, being a part of it. Huge shout out to everyone that is supporting me. So like the video, subscribe if you want. Just good vibes and good looks. All right, we're going to take a quick look and see who that is. All right, so... Yup. You're removed. Anyone that spams emotes the entire time, I do remove you. That is one of the rules for the thing. If you didn't know and you message me and you're like, yo, I didn't know, then you can get added back. But I'm not gonna have people spam emotes the entire time on the screen as spectators. Are you taking deck recommendations? No. I mean, I am taking deck recommendations from the community. If you guys want to help me improve the deck, and if I agree with it, then I'll make the adjustment and I'll try it out. Otherwise, we're not trying to make a different deck if it's going to be worse or if it's not going to improve our deck. For instance, last time you guys completely helped me out and carried me in the challenge and helped me create like a Lava Hound clone deck that was really, really good. I do think, however, that the Mighty Miner was just objectively better than the Monk, and I don't think there are many improvements that we can make to our deck as is. I'm going with Hog Earthquake with Mighty Miner. You can do that as well. I mean, that will 100% work. I'm just saying that the Poison is better since it does kill the Evolved Firecracker. So Poison and then Fireball kill the Evolved Firecracker, so that's the reason that it's a bit better. I do agree that Mighty Miner is better than the Monk in the challenge, and I do appreciate you guys helping me out on that one. The Fire Spirit's going to take the targeting. I think that we get one shot on top of the Wizard. Nice. That's what we needed. Solid stuff. Love from India? Yo, love from the United States. It's cool to have like a multicultural community. Everyone here is from different places, and it's dope to see that. What do you think? What evolution do you think is the best right now? I said at the very start, Royal Giant or the Firecracker are the two best ones, and there's no doubt about it. They are by far the best. So the other ones are cool, and they're strong for sure, but they're not near at the same level as Royal Giant and Firecracker. It's a little bit unfair. Anyway, we are back in business with an Evolved Firecracker, so we'll see if we can pop off again. Are you not maxing cards like B-Rad? Yes, I am not maxing out any cards to level 15. I am only doing the evolutions and enjoying the evolution part of the update. As a content creator, you kind of want to create content on things that you enjoy and stay away from things that you don't. So I'm not really playing the Trophy Road right now. I might play Trophy Road in the future without upgrading stuff, but I'm not going to upgrade things until they make a meaningful change to level 15. Because as is, level 15, I made a video on it. I told you guys my thoughts. I didn't love it. So we're able to poison on top of the Firecracker that's evolved, as you guys can see. Pretty big benefit there. Massive. Right? We got a lot of damage on the tower, and I would say that that was a good trade for me overall. Even though it's a -1 trade, I get the entirety of the poison damage on the tower. So even though he went in for an Evolved Firecracker, I got a better trade. That is not something that you can say every day. Okay, cool. Another Mega Knight. So again, the reason why we are running this version of the deck, it is simply superior against Mega Knights. There's no doubt about it. So when I go for a Firecracker, just to blast his Firecracker to bits, and then I can go in for a poison, and then just continuously spam. I think that, as you guys have seen, it's just way better to run all these cheap cards with Mighty Miners and Firecrackers. You're able to cycle more of them, and I don't see the point of really running Log in this challenge as much. I don't see the point of running anything else. Like, I think this is objectively a really good point to be in for us. All right. If you guys have noticed another thing that I've been doing, I've been consistently making sure that I can go in for like an Ice Spirit in front of my Mighty Miner or Ice Spirit in front of my Bomb Tower, so when the Mega Knight jumps, it's not hitting everything that he wants. Instead, the Mega Knight's just going to jump on the Ice Spirit, and then it's going to get stunned or frozen, and then either the Bomb Tower or the Mighty Miner will kill it. So it's really fun. Yo, 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 yo. You're the best YouTuber because you say your strat out loud. Yo, I'm glad that you like my type of commentary. You know, every YouTuber is different for everyone. Sometimes people just like people that shut up and don't talk. And, you know, I'm glad that you vibe with my style of commentary. You know, it's always subjective, no matter who you like. I'm glad that you say that, man. Appreciate that. Audio? Ooh. Okay, we'll fix the audio. The audio is glitched. Yep, I saw that immediately. We switched off the audio immediately. Very, very sorry about that. Why double Spirit? So I can have a faster card cycle and cycle back to Mighty Miners if I need to. Assuming I have a bad card cycle, it's pretty important that I do that. All right, so I'm going to go in for this, and I guess I'm going to go for Mighty Miner and activate King Tower against the Firecracker. I don't want to have the Firecracker hit my tower, so I decided to use my Mighty Miner on defense in that position instead of dropping 1 elixir cost cards, because I also had to drop something on the Musketeer. Wait, I didn't think I dropped the Skeletons in the right spot against the Musketeer, but I had to drop elixir faster. I'm playing the RG deck for this challenge. Is that a good idea? No, I would not run Royal Giant in this challenge. I mean, you could run Royal Giant Firecracker, but Hog Rider is just a little bit better in my opinion. It's just a little bit better. You could run RG Firecracker with Monk. And maybe Monk would be a lot better in that type of mode. Honestly, I could see that working if you have Royal Giant Fisherman and you've got like arrows. That could work pretty well. Wait. I think you might have given me an idea. I could become a Maniac. So this deck that I'm running right now, really, really strong. But what if we completely countered the meta? What if we were one of them? What if we did something despicable and dirty and unbelievably just lame? I could do that. I could do that. The game audio is inaudible. I understand that. The game audio is off because I don't want to hurt anyone's ears. We're going to switch it back on, and I feel like the static is going to be gone. So the static should be gone now. So obviously, guys, if you didn't know, there's static in my game audio sometimes, so I switch it off and I switch it back on just to make sure I don't hurt anyone's ears. So yeah, when it's off, there's a reason it's off. All right, we're going for Skellies. Become the main villain. Yo, you want me to become the main villain? You're really asking for it right now. You're truly asking for me to become the main villain. I do think that Firecracker is better with Hog Rider, though. And the reason why I think it's better with Hog Rider is, if you guys didn't know, like, you can keep it alive a lot longer. The Firecracker is super strong. Oh my gosh, look at the knockback. She knocked away from the Knight, and then the Knight couldn't get near it. Also, again, Mighty Miner against Mega Knight is OP. You know what? I truly think that this is the best deck for the challenge, and I don't think there's a contest for it. I was thinking that we could make a deck just for the memes. That would be better. But the way I'm seeing it is every noob is running Mega Knight. So if you're playing against a lot of casual players running Mega Knight in this challenge, just run Mighty Miner, and then it's just like a foolproof plan. Again, we'll fully counter it again. So yeah, just do this, and then you're looking at yourself and you're like, wow, life is going well. We are just destroying Mega Knights easily. Look at that. That was a Mega Knight on top of my Mighty Miner, and it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. It scratched him. It tickled him. Do you think that the Hog Queen plus Firecracker is viable in this challenge? It's not near as good, man. Thank you for the $5 Canadian, but you want to be cycling as many Hog Riders and Firecrackers, and the Queen isn't going to let you do that. Mighty Miner counters the Mega Knight, as you saw, and Mighty Miner is way better. Way, 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 way better. Can Mortar one-shot the Evolution Firecracker? No chance, man. It doesn't even one-shot the regular Firecracker, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look. All right, so regular Firecracker. Anyone running the regular one? Okay, so the regular Firecracker has 442 health. I bet you the Mortar doesn't one-shot it. The regular Firecracker. All right, where's Mortar at? Mortar does 352 damage. It doesn't even one-shot a regular Firecracker. And you think it can have a shot an evolution. My man's like, maybe the evolved Mortar. I love you, man. It's cool. There's so many different interactions that you learn new things in Clash Royale every day. Is P.E.K.K.A good? P.E.K.K.A could work. P.E.K.K.A could work. There's 2 tabs for the Firecracker card. You are on the evolution tab. Yeah, I didn't really feel like having to figure out how to do that. Yo, what's up? What's up? Go villain? Okay, you guys want to see the villain arc. You guys want to see the villain arc. I understand. So if you didn't know, the deck that I'm currently playing right now is the best deck for the challenge. There's no doubt about it. By far, best deck for the challenge. Having poison is just better than Earthquake, especially if you're playing against people similar skill level to you. So this guy's just running the Earthquake version, and he's going to get destroyed. So I'm excited that we can show you this, that, you know, with the Mighty Miner, it's easy to destroy the regular version. If he goes Hog Rider Earthquake, we just go Bomb Tower and we counter it. Meanwhile, we can go for Fire Spirits on top of his tower, which will bait out Goblins for -1 trade, a Log for -1 trade. Oh, wow, a Bomb Tower for a -3 trade. Yeah, Fire Spirit's pretty good in the mirror matchup. Really unfair in the mirror matchup, actually. If I was running against a top 200 player and I was running this deck into them, I would likely win if they were running this deck that the guy's running. Just because I would have that much of an unfair advantage. It's cool because, you know, beating people better than you is funny. And also something that shouldn't be happening in Clash Royale. But if your strategy is better than theirs, even if their mechanics and intelligence in-game is better than yours, you'll still win. So he's going to go Goblins. Let's pre-poison. Yep. So it's just one of those things that we locked him into a specific card cycle. We identified his deck and he got a bad interaction. Let's say if he goes in for another Bomb Tower on top of a Fire Spirit, or if he just eats the 300 damage. 300 damage down the drain. So what is he going to do? Is he going to Earthquake on top of the Bomb Tower? I want to see him Earthquake on the Bomb Tower and get a -3 trade. Yep. Well, even if he did it earlier, it wouldn't have done anything. As you guys can see, don't overcommit on defense. Don't be bad at Clash Royale. Just drop a bomb tower. You're going to be able to shut down that Hog Rider every single time. And if you do that, you're fine. You're divine in the challenge. You're dominating. It's nice. Notice how this guy is going to go in for a bomb tower, and he's going to go in for a Mighty Miner. And notice he's still taking damage. He's still taking damage. He's still not out of the woodwork yet. And then because of our quicker card cycle with Fire Spirit Skeletons and Firecracker, we're getting back to another Hog Rider. I'm already back to another one. He hasn't even dropped a Hog Rider on offense. He's still playing defense. My man is sitting there on defense the entire time. Meanwhile, he loses his Evolved Firecracker to our Poison, showcasing the superiority of our deck. There's literally no question that our deck is better. Look at the Goblins. Look at the Goblins. That's going to be 2 elixir down the drain that he just does not get. Okay, never mind. The Goblins didn't go towards the bomb tower. I guess I dropped Skeletons. Usually, the bomb tower would hit the Goblins and the Hog Rider there. And then the bomb tower would give you a solid +2 elixir trade every time. But I'm so happy we played this match to demonstrate the superiority. I like the Firecracker evolution so far. Yeah, I love it too. It's just really, really strong. So, as you can see, Skeletons are a bit better in this challenge because the bomb tower should hypothetically splash onto the Goblins anyway. Yo, 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 yo. Mighty Miner level 11 has a glitch. And I think they switched it. If you guys didn't know, there was a glitch. And the glitch allowed the bomb from the Mighty Miner to kill fly machines and musketeers. And they had to fix it. RG's most ridiculous evolution has a 30% health increase in that stomp effect. Yep, it is pretty crazy. Alright, so after this we will do the super mean and villain arc. We'll do the villain arc after this game, I swear. Villain arc after this game. You guys better be prepared. Y'all better be prepared. It's going to be straight up devious. We're going to run a Royal Giant deck, but not only Royal Giant. We're going to run Royal Giant with arrows so we can finish off the original Firecracker. We're going to run Monk, and then we're going to also be running a... What else do I want to run in there? I think arrows, Monk, Electro Wizard for Mighty Miner. Like, we're going to run the hardest counter available in Clash Royale to Bomb Tower and Hog Rider Earthquake. It'll be really, really fun. I want to play against one person with that deck. That would make me happy. Since it is the highest played deck in the challenge, I assume the later that we get, we are going to be playing against more people with Hog Rider Earthquake. Or even Mortar. And then the Royal Giant's just laughing at people. But yeah, this deck is so good. So as you can see, the Firecracker survives the regular Mortar shot, as you could see there. It was pretty cool. Alright, we're just going to go in for the Mighty Miner. We should be able to activate King Tower. And then we're going to go in for Skeletons and Fire Spirit on the other side. And make sure the Hog Rider only gets 1 hit on my tower. If that. Yeah, just 1. Alright, let's go click the Mighty Miner bomb. Then the Firecracker gets blown to bits. If you guys did not know, that works against Dark Goblins and Princesses as well. So, obviously, for 1 elixir, you want to do that every time. I'm going to go for a Hog Rider so that we can go and pull the Ice Spirit. And then finish off the Ice Spirit. No! Yo, that was weird. Did you guys see that? The Hog Rider jumped and it was frozen. And it was like... It was weird because it was jumping while it was frozen. Oh, man. That was pretty funny. Yeah, he's going to have Fireball for the Firecracker. So as you guys can see, most people are going to be running Fireball or Poison to finish off the Evolved Firecracker. Because Earthquake doesn't do it. And you can't break through buildings with Earthquake anyway. At least when everyone's running Bomb Tower. Alright, we're going to go for a Hog Rider here. And he's going to go for his Hog Rider. We're fine. He's going to drop the Evolved one as well. Pretty annoying that he's doing that, but it's okay. Should be A-okay here. Alright, we're going to go for a Poison, and then we're going to go Ice Spirit, and we're going to go for Skeleton, so then the Firecracker... Firecracker should have died, but it didn't. Feels bad. Alright, the Mortar isn't that big of a concern. Obviously, the Mortar locking onto my tower is a bit of a problem, but it's not the end of the world. Now we're just going to go for a Hog Rider Ice Spirit on the left-hand side, and we can go for a Poison depending on what happens. Solid stuff because the Firecracker stays alive, and then we can go in for nothing else. We don't have to. I think that the Mortar locks onto the Firecracker instead. And then the Hog Rider gets a hit. We know he's going to go Hog Rider, so we're going to have to go Mighty Miner here at the river just to kill the Knight as fast as we can. Oh, I was surprised that he didn't do that. I totally thought he would Hog Rider there. Alright, we're just going to try to outcycle him because our card cycle is so darn quick. If you guys are noticing, because I have 1 elixir cost cards, even though he has a cheap card cycle as well, he isn't able to keep up with me. You can't keep up with me, sir! What are you thinking you can do out here? You're getting absolutely finessed and pummeled. Then we can go in for this, and we just go in for a bomb tower here. Even if the Firecracker locks onto my tower, it's going to get blown back, so it starts to retarget onto the bomb tower instead. And we walk with a very dominant W. As you guys can see, even if we're playing against other fast cycle decks, having Skeletons, Ice Spear, and Firecracker with Fire Spirit is simply superior. It is way, way better. Let's get it. Woo! All right, it hurts when Jake ignores your comment. Well, there's 1,000 people watching live right now. I actually try to read every comment, and I do read every comment on the video afterward because I have a lot of time. And then I'm able to read all the comments on the VOD. So if you guys are watching this and you're not watching it live, let me know what you guys think of the challenge. Let me know what you think about the Firecracker. What is your favorite evolution in the chat? Or what is your favorite evolution on the VOD? Let me know, guys, in the comment section down below. But I can't read when there's every single comment flowing at me in a live stream while I'm playing at the same time. Hopefully that's understandable for you. All right, so we're going to go and run the different version of the deck that I was talking about earlier and see how toxic we can make it. Assuming our opponents are going to be running like the deck that I was running or running a deck that is similar, can we build a counter to it? I think we can. So we want to have Fisherman in there for sure. And then we want Skeletons for sure. We'll put in Electro Wizard most likely. And then Monk. And that's going to be our deck with arrows. Oh, this is going to be so... This is going to be so toxic. Where's Monk at? Where's Monk at, though? Guys, we have to redeem the Monk Man. We have to redeem the Monk Man. And then we want to put in one more card. What is it? Put in Electro Spirit instead of... No, we don't need Electro Spirit. Ice Spirit's fine. All right, what's the last card? We don't want Bomb Tower, do we? Electro Wizard. That was the card. Yeah, because we want to reset Mighty Miners. I think that would be really funny. Imagine opponents having to play against someone that just resets their Mighty Miner 24/7. That be me. That be me. I'm an awful human being for running this. I'm legitimately an awful person. Look at this. Fisherman, Monk, and Electro Wizard. Oh, jeez. Monk can reflect the RG shot. Yeah, it can, but most of the time it's not worth doing that. You rather just use the Monk to knock back the Royal Giant itself. It's just better that way. All right, so we'll see if we can become devious out here. Oh, we've already got a pretty good cycle. Guys, we've got arrows, and we see that our opponent's going to end up having archers. Our memes are happening. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's not exactly what we wanted to see, but it's something we can work with as well. Let's go arrows here, and then go in for a Firecracker, and then go in for a King Tower activation, ideally. We can go and pull a Piggy. That's ideal. Yes! Getting that King Tower activation up in here. You guys know the deal. Unfortunately, we are taking a bunch of damage because we don't have enough splash damage to deal with the recruits at the river. Man, right when I remove Bomb Tower, this happens. Right when I remove Bomb Tower, we get finessed. It's unfortunate that this guy's not running the Mighty Miner deck with Hogred or Earthquake because we would have hard countered it to Oblivion. But as you guys can see, in every other situation, Hogred or Earthquake in this challenge is just simply superior. Like this Royal Giant deck, this is my villain arc. We're trying to get someone that's running Hogred or Earthquake. But I'm not matching it. I've matched into a Royal Recruits deck. Oh my gosh. Again? No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're just going to go Firecracker. We're going to sack the Firecracker. And then we're going for Skeletons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Monk. After your disappointment last time, I simply don't trust you to go and counter Mega Knights. I don't. It's just it's the long and the short of it. He's not a reliable sir. We needed to debate him. We need to get rid of him. And that's what we did. One elixir cost card, simply superior. SirTag is the most polite and wholesome YouTuber out there. Love your vibe, brother. You know, man, I just try to be nice to people. I don't think I'm like the nicest YouTuber in the world or anything like that. But I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you being nice to me back. All right, does the RG pushback affect Mighty Miner? No, it doesn't affect Mighty Miner, Dark Prince, or any big card that wouldn't get pushed back by like a snowball. It's essentially like a snowball pushback. That's the way that I would explain it. All right, the Monk needs to lock onto the tower, but that's not happening. I bet you I lose. Unless we get lucky. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe I win. There's actually a chance because the Royal Giant's putting in work. Okay. Want to go skeletons here so we don't get 3 crown? No big deal. Not a fan of getting 3 crown. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a 3 crown enjoyer unless I'm the one 3 crowning people. Wait, did it not? It didn't shoot the firecracker. I'm dead. Ah! This guy would have gotten destroyed if we had just run the Earthquake Hog deck. But I think we learned a lesson. Earthquake Hog simply a little bit better, built different. This deck does not have enough splash damage despite it countering Earthquake Hog. It was a cool attempt. It was a cool attempt. We're going to finish the rest of the challenge in the best possible way, running the regular deck. Because I don't want to get BM'd by people I should be beating. You guys feel me? That's the vibe. Whenever you lose games and you're like, I lost to someone worse than me, then you just want to go and bounce back and take a look. So for instance, the guy's ranks are just not as good as mine. Like, I should not be losing if I have a similar matchup and I play well. And unfortunately, I ran a deck without enough splash damage. He arrows us my Firecracker, and then I have no splash damage to deal with Royale recruits. So the strategy that we have definitely does destroy the bomb tower, because Royale Giant breaks through bomb tower very easily. Bomb tower is not good against Royale Giant. And then Mighty Miner gets wrecked by the Electro Wizard. And then you have a fast cycle so you can keep up with their Hog Rider, finishing it off with either the Monk, Electro Wizard, or the Fisherman. So my deck here does beat the previous deck. But when you try to counter the previous deck, what happens? You get hard countered by everything else in the game. So personally for me, I would like to not get hard countered by everything else in the game. I would rather just like to win the majority of my matches and move on a little bit faster. So we've learned that lesson. Yeah. You can build a hard counter to it, but you will get finessed by the rest of the stuff in the game. All right, we'll just jump on to the next one. What's your real name? My real name's Jake, so if you guys want to call me Jake instead of Tag, feel free to. Watching SirTag videos make me learn about Clash Royale and purify the soul inside. Wow, dude, that's deep. I feel like that's way deeper than it's meant to be, but I love you. All right, so we're going to go for a Fire Spirit on the right-hand side. We're going to poison here, and notice that we're already in a pretty sublime position. Let's go. Jake from State Farm. Dude, that's a joke from when I was in college, man. That was like when I just started college. Everyone's saying the Jake from State Farm thing. And then it progressively got more cringe because it got overdone. It's like when a joke gets repeated like 5 or 6 times and everyone's just like, yeah, we're done with that one. Fellow Sir. Yeah, we are playing against a Fellow Sir. I mean, he kind of gave me more than $1 worth of value. I ended up dropping a poison, and I hit a witch, and I also ended up hitting a Goblin Gang. So we're in a sublime position. Mega Knight without, what a fright. No, dude, Mega Knight's trash. Like, let's be real, right? Mega Knight's easy to counter. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We can go for a Firecracker here as well. What are we doing? Respect his hustle. Not many people post their losses. Yeah, I post a lot of my losses if you've been watching my meme videos recently. Unfortunately, we did lose a lot of games, so I guess it is what it is. If you've been watching that and been enjoying those videos, it's been fun. I think yesterday's video, I ended up losing against, what happened? There was one loss that was just, yeah, I was running Golem. I was running Golem on my video yesterday, and I still posted the loss even though it was absolutely tragic. If you guys want to check out that video, it was one of my most favorite videos. So I'm glad that you vibe with that. I'm glad that you enjoyed watching that L. It was funny. I think it's realistic too. I don't want to cut out losses just because the loss was like unfortunate or whatever. I wanted to show a reality of Golem Clone, right? Sometimes when you're running Golem Clone, you're going to get hard countered and there's not really a way that you can win. But it is what it is. And that's not a reflection of all the games you play. That might just be 1 or 2 games. And then the rest of the 5 you can win if you play it well. So if you want to check out that video, it'll be in the pinned comment. The guy was talking about how he respected me showing losses and that he liked, you know, that type of game. So check out my video from yesterday in the pinned comment if you guys want to see how to play one of the least skillful decks in Clash Royale and what to do when you get hard countered with it. Because getting hard countered doesn't happen with every match. So yeah, check that out if you guys want to. If you don't want to, feel free to just keep watching the stream, and we're going to be able to collect that shard real quick. Man, as you guys can see, our deck right now, it's night and day difference between the Royale Giant deck that hard counters, right? If you build a deck to specifically hard counter everything, or specifically hard counter the meta, you're going to lose against the random decks in the game. I hate losing to random decks because it's like, if you lose to a random deck that you know that regular decks beat, then you're like, man, I tried to be smart, but in the end I was stupid because I tried to be too smart. I tried to assume that everyone was running meta. Not everyone's going to be running meta. And that's the beautiful thing about Clash Royale. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of different strategies. And you got to be ready to counter them. The shards at the start of the challenge? Yeah. The shards at the start of the challenge. I'm sorry that I didn't say that correctly. But yeah, just finish the challenges because you want to be able to collect all of the seasonal shop stuff. The seasonal shop stuff is OP. All right, we're going to go for a Fire Spirit here and then go for an Ice Spirit on the other side. And look at that. We swerved him. He went for a Mother Witch and now he's not ready for the Ice Spirit Hog Rider. He's going to get his tower frozen and we're going to get way more damage. I am a villain. Oh my gosh, why are you dropping an Ice Golem there? Sir. Wait, watch this. We're going to be able to still activate King Tower with the Firecracker. That was so good. Look at that, guys. Did you see that? Y'all saw that, right? We still activated King Tower, destroyed the Valkyrie in the right-hand side with the Mighty Miner, and even blasted the Ice Golem a little bit faster so we could get more value. I had another ability, so I could have shredded the Dark Goblin if I was better, but unfortunately that didn't happen. We're going to go for an Ice Spirit. It doesn't jump, unfortunately. The guy's going to be running Ram Rider. I wonder if Ram Rider would be good in this challenge because it does counter Hog Rider. I feel like it wouldn't be because you're not going to be able to break through bomb towers or buildings if people are running effective strategies. You know, if they're running good decks and they have bomb tower and they know what to do in this challenge, you're not going to be able to break through. So Ram Rider wouldn't do anything, actually. All right, let's keep going. Losing games as under-leveled, feel bad, watch SirTag videos, get motivation, and grind again. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. If you get motivation and you lose, just realize that I lose a lot when I start to learn different decks. Whenever I'm playing decks for the first time, I will lose so often, and I'll just get better with it, and then I'll eventually feel comfortable learning how to make it a video on the deck. Every single deck that I am comfortable with, that I don't lose with at the start, it's a deck that I've played a ton of times. Because it takes time to learn interactions. It takes time to learn what works and what doesn't. You can't just jump into the game and be comfortable with the deck and win every single game with it, unless you've played it before and know how to play the strategy. And a lot of people don't understand that. And then they get frustrated because they want instant progress. That's why for workout tips and stuff, people are like, let me take a pill instead of like working out myself. Everyone wants instant progress, but that's not how it works. You can't learn a language in one day, and you can't work out and become jacked in one day. You can't learn a deck in Clash Royale perfectly in one day either. It's just a reality of the world. And a lot of people don't actually understand that. Because, you know, it's just, a society is growing more impatient every day. It's just, that's how it is. All right, anyway, jumping back into the game, we're going to go in for a Hog Rider here, and I think we're going to be able to pop off and win this one. As you guys know, we're just going to continuously go in for bomb towers here. So that's a pretty solid placement. We're going to be able to pull it even farther, and both towers and the King Tower is shooting that down. Interesting Mother Witch. It's almost as if you thought the Mother Witch would go and target the bomb tower from that placement. But even if the bomb tower was getting targeted, the bomb tower would be shooting the Mother Witch as well. So it wouldn't be that good for him. The battle of the Firecrackers, but with a little bit of cheating. We're dropping Ice Spirit and a Fire Spirit so our Firecracker doesn't die immediately, and we pop off with a dominant W. So if you guys are noticing anything, this deck that I'm playing right now, the Firecracker, Fire Spirit, Ice Spirit, Fast Cycle, this is overpowered. This is the deck you want to play for the challenge, and this is how I easily got 10 wins in the challenge without too many worries. Did we have some adjustments? Did we have some growing pains? Yes, we learned that Royal Giant is not optimal for this challenge. You're going to get overwhelmed by bait cards. Number 2, we learned at the very start, Monk, it's a fail. It's an L Monk, man. It really be that way. So obviously, do not run Monk. Run Mighty Miner. You'll counter all of the Mega Knights, and you'll have an easy way through. So let's go and spend all of our stuff in the shop. Also, I want to talk about something really quick. So one of my suggestions for Clash Royale is, hey, let's take a look, guys. Let's feast our eyes upon this decision that they made. 800 gold gets me 160 wild cards. Then we go down to legendaries. 40,000 gold. How much? 200. 200 wild cards. If we double the 800 gold and we put in 1,600 gold and we get 160 commons, that is 320 wild cards. So 1,600 gold is worth more than 40,000 gold. Somehow to me, the math doesn't check out, Clash Royale. The math does not check out. So they should fix that. That's definitely something that I want them fixing. Another thing that you guys can do for wild cards, if you want to collect more of them and you're completely maxed out, you can go to the shop here, right here, and you can go and pick a card to get. So for instance, I have all these maxed out pretty much. So let's go and choose this and trade. Let's get rid of Dark Goblins. I already have them maxed. So watch what happens. We're getting wild cards because we traded cards in the shop when we're already maxed out. That's another tip and trick that you guys can use to get more stuff. Last thing is just playing Clan Wars and collecting chests, upgrading or unlocking chests. That gives you stuff. Let's do it here. Let's do it live. Let's do it live, guys. I should probably use my inventory, but we are at least getting some star points. At least we're getting some stuff here. Elite wildcards. How much does a champion give? 500. Only 500, man. That feels awful, only getting 500 elite wildcards, but hopefully they do eventually fix that. So anyway, that is what it is. That's what it looks like. That's how it be. All right. The other thing that I was going to show and talk about is here. So when you have all of your special offers completely completed and you guys already collect all the things that you want, and you want to get more elite wildcards, the best way of doing it is going here and then just buying the common cards in the shop. If you just buy the common cards in the shop, you're getting really good value for your elite star points or your seasonal shop collection. Your seasonal shop points. Season shop tokens? I don't know what they're called. But yeah, this is what you want to do. This is how you go and collect the maximum amount of stuff. So the season tokens, that's what they're called. Use all of your season tokens on this to collect more of the elite wild cards. So hopefully they fix that eventually. It'll be really awesome. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's stream, make sure to drop a like on the video. Check out more future streams. Every single time that there's a challenge, I'll be showing you the best deck to complete it quickly. And this is the best deck for the challenge. Let me know down in the comment section what deck you used. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And support the channel by liking, subscribe for more ones in the future. And no matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching, have an amazing rest of your afternoon, day, or morning. See you guys in the future. Peace out.